what to do. There's caffeine on the house, it's active, radioactive. Loving you felt like dying on the operating table, like climbing a ladder till I give up and fall. Like the anesthesia didn't work, and I feel the creation of every scar. Like a movie I'm chained to.
Wait, really quick, guys, I have to tell you about my GoFundMe for my music career. I have a GoFundMe for my music career starting from $0, raising money for ads to grow my audience and to reach record labels. If things grow, then I will eventually be using that money to turn my YouTube demos into full professional real recordings. And help me to go as far as possible. I bet if you guys will do your best to help me and to invest, you guys could probably turn me into the biggest pop star in the world. It's just going to really depend on how much you guys are willing and able to help me. So please do what you can to help, and I love you. Mwah. Bye. I have 1 penny to buy this iced coffee, but this is everything you gave me. How did you know the gum on the ground was yours if you've never seen it before? There are no refunds for this part of me. Don't forget where you were when we met. I wanted to be liquidated, but they haven't found me yet. I'll spell it out for you when I'm free. There's disrespect in the water and the liquor can. You want to know what's never made sense to me? Wait 1 second. Quick video. I'm probably gonna do like a longer one later, but like quick video. I just got out of the shower. In general, people have only compared Christina Aguilera to me. Well, 1 or 2 people have been like, oh, if you write songs, you're basically Taylor Swift. Which, just completely different people, but I think I feel like I get where they're coming from with how like she popularized people wanting to take credit for writing their own songs and stuff. So I get the reference with that. I'm not like, I don't take it as like an insult, but I take it as like, you know, like the positive side of like, you know, like being a woman who's willing to be known for their creativity and stuff, and how rare that can feel in the world. We have a lot of Instagram models and a lot of people who, you know, they get signed places, but where do they end up, right? They end up feeling like that was the highlight, was that somebody signed them and stuff, which is cool, but it's not a career. It's not what I would mistake as seeing as a career, because then I wouldn't want to give myself validation for not reaching my goals. I wouldn't want to change the goals and make them different, right? So, you know, I like the successful references, it's cool, but sometimes if you sit too hard on trying to figure out like, okay, well, if this person compared me to like Taylor Swift, well, we're still very different people in a lot of ways, so she wouldn't completely be like representation for like my full experience, but that doesn't mean that there's not good stuff about that. But when people compare me to Christina Aguilera, the part that doesn't make sense is that she's also still not like, I never even set out to make it about like, oh, my family like comes from here or something. Like, okay, I'm half Colombian. No one's ever tried to use Shakira as a reference because they could already tell we're separate people, like we're different people. And I think the part that's interesting about that is like, you cannot have only one person from somewhere be representation for everybody, because you could tell that, okay, Shakira is, I think, full Colombian, or maybe she has like other DNA also, but I think you can understand that we would be very different kinds of representation for the planet separately if I were ever successful, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know where people get the idea of like what has to be like an A-list celebrity that we're going to compare you to, because that does all kinds of positive and negative things, but also distracts me from like my actual goals, and like that matters way more. So I don't know why people would try to you know, do that in general. I don't know what they seek to get out of it, but I think it's probably always like I think a lot of people look at me like, well, I don't need to know about you, I already know about the better version. You know, like a lot of people kind of like try to play that role. So they're like, they can look at me and be like, well, that one doesn't matter because I already found out about the better version, you know. That's how people, but then they use Christina Aguilera as the reference, which doesn't make sense, because at least use Shakira if you wanted it to be like racially accurate, I guess, like, or if I'm only half Colombian, which I am, but like, you know what I'm saying, then she's full Colombian. So if you wanted to make it about that, you can see the difference, but you can see how we both have like DNA from the country, if that makes sense. So like, it's like, you know, whatever. It's just funny people use I guess like the whitest Latina reference they can find to make sure they've already found out about the better version, which puts people in an awkward position, because I'm like, well, I never wanted to make it a competition based on race for like talent and art and stuff, but like that is a part of it, but it puts people in a really awkward, weird position where they're like, well, I wasn't trying to make anybody feel, but if you need me to be better than somebody, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, all I'm gonna do is show up and be as amazing as possible, but like, it's gonna be really awkward if you need it to be for that reason. I've never seen a challenge that I said no to. I've never seen a challenge I turned down and wasn't successful at, but that doesn't mean that you're not making it awkward and weird for everybody, because you are. Okay, so they saw the two options, right? Essentially, they're like, well, I could have compared you to Shakira, or I could have compared you to Christina Aguilera, but the one who I want to say is better is the one who visually looks as white as possible, which again puts but didn't mind announcing it, right? Which is fine, because she gets to tell her story. But it's weird when you're like, well, we don't need that one because we already saw this before. Oh, but it's not Shakira, it's Christina Aguilera. All I want to say is like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how have you seen this before? Technically you haven't if you're that stupid, but it's fine. But not my business who you think I really am. Who I really am, right? Because the person you're talking to can't possibly be the person that really is, because you think you're so important that the person sitting next to you has to actually be somebody completely different. Psychosis? Not mine. Yours? Okay. Anyway, I think if I were a lot dumber for a split second, I would be confused about how it could possibly be possible that it sounds like you're saying I'm the whitest person that anybody's ever seen before, which doesn't make sense, because I'm more racially similar to Shakira than Christina Aguilera by very far. But I think people are trying to be nice with the reference, but it's a weird, almost backhanded compliment when you don't understand where it's coming from. Or is this the occasion where they're using it in a positive way, or is this the occasion where they're using it in a negative way? Like, I don't really know. I don't really know that the person talking knows what they're talking about a lot, but I don't know what kind of apocalypse you stand for, if that's the direction that comes to mind. I don't know, but it's fine. It's that people say that, because I think people are trying to express where they're at more than where I'm at. But again, any A-list celebrity as a reference for who you are to them, it's confusing because you don't feel seen as a person, because you're like, well, what about the person I actually am, right? Level of fame or not, like I don't have fame, but like, you know what I mean? So it comes across like, well, there's the positive side of what they must mean by that, but there's the negative side of what they must mean by that is like, do they expect me to also be equally like replaced by people that wouldn't be real like representation for where I feel like I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole like weird paradox. But then it's like at the same time, A-list celebrity references are like, how could you be like, oh, they're so mean, they said this? Like, other people would be like, well, I would die to be compared to an A-list celebrity. You're like, yeah, but this is somebody who I thought I knew for a long time, but they feel like they've never met me because they only know the side of me that is an A-list celebrity that currently exists, which is, you're like, okay, yeah, nice to meet you for the first time too, but like, we never got past that, did we? It's awkward.
They can't tell me what to do. There's caffeine on the house, it's active, radioactive. Loving you felt like dying on the operating table, like climbing a ladder till I give up and fall. Like the anesthesia didn't work, and I feel the creation of every scar. Like a movie I'm chained to.
Wait, really quick, guys, I have to tell you about my GoFundMe for my music career. I have a GoFundMe for my music career starting from $0, raising money for ads to grow my audience and to reach record labels. If things grow, then I will eventually be using that money to turn my YouTube demos into full professional real recordings. And help me to go as far as possible. I bet if you guys will do your best to help me and to invest, you guys could probably turn me into the biggest pop star in the world. It's just going to really depend on how much you guys are willing and able to help me. So please do what you can to help, and I love you. Mwah. Bye.
I have 1 penny to buy this iced coffee, but this is everything you gave me. How did you know the gum on the ground was yours if you've never seen it before? There are no refunds for this part of me. Don't forget where you were when we met. I wanted to be liquidated, but they haven't found me yet. I'll spell it out for you when I'm free. There's disrespect in the water and the liquor can.